Hello, Cove Dwellers. First and foremost, I am going to address the hair situation. See, I haven't washed my hair in about a week and a half, or a week, or something like that, so it looked like absolute dog shit, but I have a 3-day weekend thing going on, so I don't want to wash my hair, and then, how to explain, I don't want to go, because I don't like to wash my hair very often, I've mentioned that, and I was like, I should have written this down so I knew exactly how to say it. I didn't want to wash my hair today because I'm going to have to be lasting on 3 days of not washing my hair over the weekend and don't want it to look like dog shit at the end of the weekend, like a bit greasy or something like that. So I went with one of my two go-tos when I've got dirty hair and I don't particularly feel like washing it, or I can't wash it or something like that. One of which is putting it in a plait, which is what I usually do, and you guys will see me do that in videos, and the other is doing this, pretty much just teasing the absolute dog shit out of it and then putting it up with a clip. That's how I do it. I don't have any fancy way of doing it like Black Friday or anything like that, but no, I just like tease the ever-living fuck out of it and put it up with like a weird hair clip, kind of like one of those Jaws of Life looking type things. Anyway, so that's why my hair is the way it is. My partner made a comment on it. Apparently I look like Count Batula, which is from a video game he plays. But the image for that is based off 1992's Dracula, so I'm taking it as a compliment. Anyway, onto the video. This is going to be a Q&A video. Probably should have started with that, but I didn't because it was terrible at life. So yeah, pretty much, I'm thinking about doing this every 6 months. I did check, and last time I did it was 6 months ago, so that works out right. I'm not going to be answering all questions. I know there are some questions people have been pressing for, but I want to make entire videos out of those. I want to talk about them in length. So I've only chosen about, 5 or 6 questions for this video, because if I chose any more than that, I would be talking for 2 hours. As we all know, I don't shut the fuck up. This is not new to anybody. Okay, so question 1 is, I believe this was from my friend Hussein. That was me cracking my knuckles, by the way. Do I do that in a lot of videos? Let me know. I don't know, because I crack my knuckles a lot. I don't know if I do it in videos, because I know a lot of people find that really off-putting. Anyway, tangent. How did your family respond to it? Well, okay, I'm going to make a whole video on this, but I can kind of sum it up. They didn't give a fuck. My father's not in the picture, but my mother and sister did not give a fuck. There were no fucks given on their part. They were just happy that I was happy. They knew that me being, you know, normal or whatever was making me really uncomfortable, because there was a period of time in my life where I tried to fit in a lot, and I think that period of time was necessary for me to realize that people are going to be wankers regardless of what you look like. So you might as well look the way you want to look, you know. Anyway, let's not let this get into an inspirational video because it's a Q&A. But yeah, when my mother figured out, she was literally, her response was, okay, I'll just buy you black stuff from now on. That was the end of the conversation. She did not give a fuck. And my sister, obviously, I was really lucky to have a sister that did not give a fuck about it. Really, I'm from a family of weirdos, so, like, I don't think there are any other goths in the family at all. I know my cousin's kind of a punk rocker, but, I'm the only goth in the family. But it's not like, yeah, anybody in my family is specifically normal, you know what I mean? They can come across that way at, like, first glance, but, like, who's really normal? Anyway, it was a 2-part question, and the other one is, how do they feel about it now? Well, my mother's just glad that I decided to go against, you know, looking in a way that would make me uncomfortable, as I said. She's glad that I'm not pretending to be someone I'm not. She's a weirdo herself, as I mentioned. So I guess she's kind of proud. Like, I think she's mentioned that she's proud that I didn't just conform when... Not that there's anything wrong with being normal. Like, I don't like using that term, but you know what I mean. Not that there's any thing wrong with following popular fashion trends, or whatever the case may be. You know, she's glad that I did what I wanted to do, pretty much. So nothing's really changed in that. She doesn't like when I wear spiked chokers, because she thinks I'm going to hurt myself. Somehow, I don't know how she thinks I'm going to hurt myself. I guess she thinks I'm going to, like, go to scratch my neck or something, and I'm going to you know, poke myself or whatever, that's like literally the only qualm she has. She doesn't really care. I think she was worried about me getting piercings in my face because of possible nerve damage or something. But it wasn't like an aesthetic thing. It wasn't something like that she was against aesthetically. It was just something that she was worried about. Because, you know, you hear a lot of stories about people getting piercings and losing like fucking half their face or something like that. But, no, obviously I'm fine. Especially the eyebrow, I think she was worried about. She thought I was going to like end up with like a lopsided face or something. But that was obviously not the case. If anything, this brow is the one that's more sagged. That's probably smoking though, so fuck it, I don't really care that much about it. It's not too bad, and it kind of, you know, doesn't affect me in any way. But now you're all gonna fucking see it. Whatever. And my sister, she's always accepted and loved me. Like, she doesn't give a fuck. If anything, she thinks I'm really ballsy for going out looking the way I do. Because she's gone out with me multiple times, and she notices all the stares I get. Like, she notices the stares and the comments and stuff like that. Like, I know that they're happening, but I'm good at kind of tuning them out, as you have to be when you're somebody like me. You have to be really good at being able to tune that kind of shit out, because it's gonna happen. Like, there's no avoiding it. People are gonna be cunts. You're an easy target. You're easy, like, well, you're not an easy target in the way that some people might take it. The thing that they can make fun of you of is a lot more obvious than most people. So they will go for that because they're fucking wankers. But yeah, so she thinks I'm ballsy as fuck, really. But other than that, she doesn't give a fuck. She borrows my black dresses and wears them out and shit like that. She really does not give a fuck. She thinks that I look quite nice. She doesn't. Yeah, I'm really, really, really blessed to have a family the way I do. Just a family of weirdos that accept and love each other, which is awesome. I mean, I get weird comments from a couple of my aunts, but they're not, or a couple of my cousins, but they're never in a malicious way. They're always just jesting, which is like completely fine. I do it with my friends as well. They do accept me though. They're not ashamed of me or anything like that. They just make jokes at my expense as I will make jokes at their expense. That, you know, there's just, that's all it is. That's all it is. Oh, whiskey. Anyway, I spent a lot of time on that question, so, which is stupid because I'm going to make a whole video about that. Okay, next question. Do you think subcultures allow people to grow, or do they stifle growth by being rigid / elitist / conformist? Good question. I believe this was by Laura. I don't know, this was actually asked like 9 months ago or something, or 6 months ago when I was going to make a Q&A back then. So I'm actually like, Laura, you're stuck in my brain. Yeah, well, look, it depends on the person, I think. I think some people will see it as a dogmatic thing where it's like you need to be a specific way, and they will let that pigeonhole themselves. They'll be like, these are the rules, this is how it is, I have to be this, otherwise blah 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 blah. You know, you must be this way or you're a fucking poser. Some people will be that way. Some people will see it as a box that they have to fit into. Other people, such as myself, will see it as something that is a part of them, and it's not something that's going to change. But it's not something that you need to feel like is a conforming pigeonholy thing. I think I've made a video about this, personal identity, Goth's personal identity, and something, I don't know, it's in my thing. I'll put it somewhere. I don't know, put it in that weird card thing you can put in the corner, I think. There's no point in doing something like Goth if it's not something that comes relatively easily to you, if that makes sense. Actually, Nephilim Incorruptus, I believe that's his last name. I know it's Nephilim something because I have him on Facebook, but I think it's Nephilim Incorruptus recently has made a couple of videos about this kind of thing, and his last video is him being an arsehole, apparently. But no, it's true. If you feel like it's something that is boxing you in, either you're not doing it right, because it should be something that comes naturally to you, and, you know, it's about you. It's about you. But if it's something that you feel like you need to fit into this box, otherwise you don't seem like a valid goth to other people, or a valid punk to other people, or this and that and this, it's just harming you, and it's probably not something that you should be doing. you know, trying to portray yourself as something that you're not and putting yourself in discomfort. Like when I dressed quote-unquote normal, I tried to do that, but it felt so wrong and people were still being wankers, and I'm like, why am I trying so hard to do something that is just causing me heaps of pain? Right, again, to answer the question, I'm sorry, I've gone on a slight tangent there, but I think some people will see it as something that boxes them in, and some people will see it as just a part of who they are. You know, being goth or punk or rocker or something doesn't mean you have to just be that. Like, I do have a whole video on this, but it does have to be a part of you. I don't know how to explain. You can either see it as a boxing in thing, or you can see it as just a part of you. And, you know, if people want to be elite, because elitists exist, honestly, they don't actually exist as much as people say they do. Like, believe me, people call people just being general wankers elitist behaviour. No, it just means that they're a fucking wanker. But, you know, if you're dealing with elitists, then they're not worth your fucking time, really. I mean, cut them out. Just cut them out. Don't complain about them. Just cut them out. Don't take what they say as law, because none of us are fucking experts on the fucking subject. Anyway, I'm talking too fucking much. Yeah, it can stifle growth depending on the person you are. Some people will let it because they want to be the epitome of something, which I've mentioned in other videos that you can't be the epitome of anything, and some people will just let it be who they are without feeling that, you know, suffocation of I must be a certain way, otherwise I don't fit the norm kind of thing. Or the subculture, not the norm. Moving on, because I've talked too much and repeated myself a few times, I think. This one's from Tash. Would you rather lose all of your hair or eat shit for the rest of your life? Lose my hair, because wigs exist. Easy done. I just can't give up on curry, I can't give up on sushi, and I can't give up on certain foods, alright? Like, I just can't do it, alright? Yeah. Because, like, I would say keep my hair and never eat for the rest of my life, but I know that's unrealistic, so like, in a perfect world, if I didn't need to eat, if it wasn't, like, a physical requirement, I would go with keeping my hair and just never eating the shit, but, yeah, I'm gonna go with losing my hair, because wigs exist, and yay, I'm actually planning on getting a couple of wigs, just so I can mix it up with my hair a little bit. Okay, the second last question, and this is from, fuck, I can't remember her name in real life. I know I've met you so many times, I'm so sorry. Oh my god, I feel like such a dick, because she goes to the goth clubs locally and stuff like that. But her question is, are you going to Deviate this Sunday? Now, to those who don't know what Deviate is, it was this big alternative nightclub that nobody will shut the fuck up about. Apparently it was like huge and multiple levels and bands and goth stuff and metal stuff and blah 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 blah. But it was before I moved to Melbourne, so I've heard a lot of things about it, and the reason it wasn't in my last this month in Melbourne is because they announced it after that, but they've already got like almost 300 people, possibly over 300 people going now. Yeah, everybody does not shut the fuck up about it. I've had mixed reviews. Some people say it was a really bad time, some people say it was the best time in their lives. But they're having a one-off reunion for Deviate this Sunday, so to answer the question, I will be there, but I'm assuming it'll just be heaps of people saying it's not the same as it was. But yeah, I'll be there. And I know one of my viewers was asking me this as well, another person, and I'll be there. I'll see you there. Okay, so because this question is asked so fucking often, I've decided to answer it every single Q&A that I do. Because the question is, what are your favourite bands? Never ever am I going to be able to choose favourite bands. But, to cheat the system, if you will, I've decided to name, you know, 5 to 10 bands each Q&A that I really, really hold dear to me, because there are a lot of bands that I fucking love. Never in my life could I choose favourites. If I did, I'd feel like I'm leaving all these other bands out, and I just couldn't do it. So I'm choosing, you know, 5 to 10 bands each Q&A that I'm going to, like, share my adoration for. Anyway, this time around, it is Angst, which is a goth band, Heidevolk, which is a folk metal band, Blood, which is a black metal band, AK11, which is a black metal band, local black metal band, so if you're in Melbourne, you should hit them up. RAF, which is a Facebook. RAF, I think that's how you pronounce it, I don't actually know, which is a goth band, well, you know, weird proggy gothy, they're good, they're just good. Primordial, which are coming to Melbourne, and I'm probably working at, I think, which is like a metal, kind of blackish, deathish, kind of proggish, whatever the fuck they want to call it, band. And I'm gonna say Boys to Cult. Alright, so are we good with that list? Yeah, because fuck you guys, you don't shut up about the favourites thing, so I'm figuring I'm gonna cheat the system. I can't choose favourites, but I'm gonna cheat the fucking system and tell you bands that I fucking love every Q&A, which is gonna be every 6 months. Anywho, yep, lots of questions I didn't get to answer, and I will get around to doing them when I can. They'll either be in a video of their own, or they'll be in the next Q&A. I might make the Q&As more frequent if I get like a shit ton more subscribers and they're asking all these kinds of questions, and I'm like, fuck. But I really doubt that's gonna happen. So yep, see you in 6 months with another Q&A, but I'll also see you in a couple of days with a new video because I'm recording tomorrow. Yes. Until next time, social media is in the description, as always. I think that's all I wanted to say. I'm hoping that I haven't missed anything out. Whiskey! Yes. Whiskey. If any of the questions that I've answered in this you wanted a more detailed answer for, let me know in the comments. And you know, if you have any other questions for my next Q&A, even though I've already got a whole lot of questions that I can choose from, I will be choosing the questions I like the most and find easier to answer or want to answer the most. That won't be going into like a huge video. Anyway, goodbye. And have a good day. Fucking tease goodbye.